Imagine letting go. Not jumping, not diving, just releasing your hold on the surface world. The water takes you gently at first. Warm blue light filters down, shafts of sun slicing through like distant memories. Fish dart in silver schools, coral sways in invisible currents. Life as we know it pulses everywhere. Then the light changes. Blue deepens to indigo. Shafts narrow, weaken. Colors bleed away, one by one. Red first, then orange, yellow, green. The world loses its palette until only the faintest violet remains, and then nothing. 1,000 meters down, the last photon from the sun dies here. No reflection, no echo, absolute black. The temperature locks at 4 degrees Celsius, cold enough to slow every chemical reaction in your body to a crawl, and it will never rise again. Pressure builds like an invisible hand pressing inward. 100 atmospheres, then 200, 400. Enough to turn steel into something brittle. Enough to make your lungs collapse into wet paper if you tried to breathe.
This is the Midnight Zone, a layer of ocean that begins roughly 1 kilometer below the waves and stretches down another 3 or 4 kilometers in most places. It is not the very bottom, that belongs to the Hadal Trenches, but it is the largest single habitat on Earth, larger than all the continents combined. A hidden planet suspended in water where the sun has never visited and never will. Yet it is not empty. It is alive. And the life here does not resemble anything from the sunlit world above. Ordinary animals, fish that once swam in reefs, jellies that drifted in coastal currents, have been taken apart by this place and rebuilt into forms that feel wrong, ghostly, alien, nightmarish, because survival here demands it. We descend now, layer by layer. Each step deeper strips away one more rule of the world we know and reveals one more impossible solution. At the upper edge, 1,000 to 1,500 meters, the darkness is total, but not yet crushing. This is where light first becomes a memory, and then a weapon.
Most animals here still carry the faint imprint of their shallow water ancestors. They have eyes, fins, scales, but the eyes have grown enormous, globes the size of oranges on bodies no larger than your hand, because even the tiniest stray photon must be captured. Some eyes point permanently upward, forever scanning for silhouettes against the almost nothing light drifting down from above. But waiting for stray light is not enough. Life here invented its own sun. Bioluminescence, a cold, efficient chemistry. Luciferin molecules react with oxygen, catalyzed by luciferase, producing photons without waste heat. No flame, no burn, just pure, living light in blue and green wavelengths that travel farthest through water. 75% or more of creatures in the open water column here can produce it. They flash to hunt, to hide, to find each other across kilometers of emptiness, to startle predators into hesitation. The hatchetfish glides into view. A small, hatchet-shaped body, sides like hammered silver in the shallows. Here, silver would betray it, reflecting any stray glow. So it has rows of photophores, light organs, running along its belly like a string of cold lanterns. It matches the faint residual light from above, what little there is, with perfect counter-illumination. Look up from below, and you see only more darkness. The hatchetfish erases itself. Dragonfish take it further. Long, serpentine bodies, jaws like nightmare traps. Their photophores include red ones, rare in the deep sea, because most eyes here cannot detect red. The dragonfish sees red.
its prey does not. It illuminates victims in a private color channel, like a sniper using infrared. Invisible searchlight, invisible death. But even this precision raises questions that linger. How do these light patterns evolve to such exactness in a place where one wrong flash means instant death? Are they only camouflage, or part of a silent, glowing language we have never learned to translate? Scientists map the chemistry, they sequence the genes, yet the full conversation remains private, hidden in flickers we cannot follow. Deeper, 1,500 to 2,500 meters.
Pressure doubles again. Temperature is locked. Metabolism must slow to glacial pace, or energy runs out before the next meal arrives. Bodies change. Air pockets vanish. Lungs, swim bladders, any gas-filled space would implode like glass under a hammer. Flesh becomes mostly water, gelatinous, soft, incompressible. Bones thin to filaments or disappear. Muscle turns sparse and watery. These animals are no longer solid in the way we understand solidity. They are more like living liquid held together by skin and will. The barrel-eye fish hovers into frame. Its head is a clear crystal dome. You can see straight through to the brain, the pulsing blood vessels, the delicate wiring of nerves. Its eyes are not round. They are long green tubes mounted like gun barrels, pointing straight up through its transparent forehead. It drifts motionless, scanning upward for the faint shadows of prey drifting against the sparse bioluminescent sparks from above. When it spots movement, the tubes pivot, lock. The small mouth opens and strikes. Transparent tissue under 400 atmospheres of pressure should collapse. It should scatter light uselessly. Instead, it holds shape. It focuses. How? The proteins, the molecular scaffolding, the exact arrangement of cells that refuse to buckle. Every time researchers retrieve a specimen, pressurized chambers, careful ascent, the same quiet astonishment returns. Evolution built windows into skulls where no window should exist. And what other impossible architecture remains unseen because our tools cannot peer through glass that evolved to hide?
2,500 meters. Food scarcity becomes the dominant law. No photosynthesis, no plants, no steady reign of life. Only marine snow, a slow, eternal drift of dead bodies, molted exoskeletons, fecal strings, mucus webs, whatever falls from the sunlit world far above. A single large carcass might feed a community for months. Most hours bring nothing. Days, weeks. Patience is no longer a virtue. It is physiology. The gulper eel, also called pelican eel, floats with jaws unhinged and gaping. The mouth opens wider than the body itself, like an umbrella flipped inside out. Teeth curve backward in rows. The stomach is thin, elastic membrane, capable of ballooning to hold prey 3 times larger than the eel. It drifts, waits. When something brushes close, anything, it engulfs, swallows whole, then stillness. Metabolism so slow it can wait weeks between meals, energy rationed to near zero. Siphonophores drift past like living curtains, not single animals, colonies, thousands of specialized clones chained in long, sinuous lines that can stretch 40 meters or more. Some zooites sting, some digest, some propel with tiny jets, some glow in patterns that coordinate the whole chain. One organism longer than a blue whale, hunting in perfect silence with distributed intelligence. One body, many minds, all waiting for the snow to bring dinner.
Then the anglerfish. Females, massive heads, needle teeth angled inward like prison bars, a modified dorsal spine extending forward like a fishing rod, tipped with a glowing lure.
Bacteria live inside the lure, symbiotic, fed by the fish, producing light in exchange for shelter. She hovers, still as stone, dangles the light, a single hypnotic point in endless black. Prey approaches, curious, hungry, and the trap closes. Teeth lock, stomach expands. The male is the true horror. Tiny, jawless after metamorphosis, he searches endlessly for a female's chemical trail or faint glow. When he finds her, he bites her flank, holds. His mouth fuses, circulatory systems merge, his eyes atrophy, digestive organs dissolve. He becomes a permanent parasite, nothing but testes supplying sperm on demand. She grows extra gonadal tissue to sustain him. Nutrients flow both ways. In a realm where random encounters are statistically impossible, evolution chose eternal marriage. One flesh, two origins, permanent. Researchers still argue over the label, parasitism or symbiosis, mutual dependence or one-sided enslavement. The line blurs here, like so much else. 3,000 meters and below, the zone's floor approaches in places, though the true midnight often never touches bottom. Strangeness scales up.
The black dragonfish, Idiocanthus antrostomus, swims with teeth that are ultra-black, structured with melanosomes, pigment cells, arranged in layers that trap and absorb over 99.5% of light. Even open jaws disappear against the void. Its own lure glows, bright enough to attract, but the teeth stay invisible. No reflection, no silhouette. A hunter cloaked in engineered darkness. Vampire squid, not true squid, not octopus, a living fossil from an older lineage, floats with webbed arms it can flip inside out into a defensive pincushion of spines. Threatened, it ejects glowing mucus clouds, bioluminescent decoys that swirl and confuse, while the squid jets backward into safety. A living illusionist, ancient sleight of hand. Giant isopods in lumber across sediment plains, armored like prehistoric woodlice grown to football size. Compound eyes gather what little light exists. Antennae sweep for chemical traces of falling carrion. They fast for years if needed, slow, deliberate, unhurried by famine. Recent expeditions, 2024 into 2025, have brought glimpses of even stranger forms. Carnivorous death ball sponges covered in hooks that snare drifting crustaceans, then envelop them in digestive film. Bioluminescent lantern sharks patrolling at 2,000 feet. Translucent balloon-like organisms with unknown feeding systems.
Ultra-black species that vanish entirely under artificial light. Each new ROV dive adds names to lists that grow longer than we can catalog. We have explored less than 5% of the ocean. Our deepest submersibles have visited scattered points. Cameras have seen more of Mars than of this midnight realm beneath our own seas. What signals pass between those distant glowing points when we switch off our lights? How many species drift pelagic, never touching bottom, invisible to nets and lenses? What chemical whispers coordinate the siphon of four chains across kilometers? How does ultra-black skin evolve in precise layers of pigment granules without compromising flexibility? The midnight zone does not kill ordinary life. It does not merely challenge it. It rewrites it. Bones become optional. Eyes become telescopes or vanish. Hunger becomes elastic patience. Reproduction becomes fusion. Light becomes language, camouflage, weapon. Normal animals descend and emerge, if they emerge at all, as something ghostly, something that should not exist by daylight rules, yet does. Stand at any beach, look at the horizon where water meets sky. Beneath that calm mirror lies this other world,
vaster than imagination, older than memory. A place where pressure is philosophy, darkness is canvas, scarcity is the only sculptor that matters.
We are not at the center of Earth's story. We are late visitors, knocking timidly at a door that has been closed for eons. Our lights are feeble, our maps incomplete, our understanding provisional. And right now, somewhere 4 kilometers down, in perfect, unchanging midnight, a creature with transparent teeth, glowing veins, and a body like living shadow drifts motionless, waiting, patient as geological time, for the next faint spark, the next improbable meal, the next chance to prove that life, given enough darkness, will find a way to become the darkness itself. What else waits down there? What other forms, beautiful, terrifying, incomprehensible, are still unfolding in secret? The ocean does not answer. It simply continues, vast, silent, keeping its nightmares close, keeping its wonders forever.